83% is the mark to tie. 84% is a war victory, and Tribe will be crowned the champions.
And the Queen Clone is gone as well. 77 seconds. Rocket Loons are swarming in.
Oh no.
79. He needed 84%. A Royal Champion in a dream, and the Fire Spinner is the dream for Tribe Gaming for the first World Championship, because this is not going to work, and Philip is not going to get this 3-star. P. Castro starting things off for Tribe Gaming. And we are here with Root Riders with this quick start with the blimp in the beginning to get this match under his way.
And he finds the Tornado Trap right off the bat. The Yetis grab that value. Town Hall launches some of the shots, but it's okay. No rage needed. The value was there to set the funnel for the RC, and pulling that Tornado Trap early means the RC will not get affected by or any other troops as well. But even sending the funnel to the left allows the Royal Champion to go straight to the core, straight to this Town Hall, and he even has 7 more invisibility spells. The pathing is looking fantastic so far here for P. Castro.
And it really seems like that the Tribe players have second-guessed their first attacks, because this base, we have already seen it earlier. The question is if this second approach is enough to get the 3-star. The entire core is getting taken care of with the haste by the Royal Champion value. Take a look at that. This core is gone.
Look at that value so far. And it was a perfect ability to skip past that Crusher Mortar. Did unfortunately leave that Spirit Fox there, but might be able to pull a little bit of the Clan Council out by, let's see, yes, pulls a little bit more of the Ice Combs in the furnace. That could actually really help later in the attack. So you can only bring 2 of those super troops in any given attack, as the Queen is making her way through. The Warden's Eternal Tome. Actually, no. It looked like it was the Healing Tome to heal things up to the top. There's the King's Earthquake Boot, Spiky Ball, straight to the bottom. And he does trigger that Giga Bomb. Queen's already burned her ability since the Giant is there. It's getting locked down to Queen is going down, getting right on through this defensive King, but an Ice Golem can't really do much. It's going to stay to the edge. Queen is stuck in the core, and it's looking like a defense for General X and Repotted Gaming to start off the bracket reset.
Getting a high percentage, but not what they were hoping. We have the Earthquake. There goes the Giant Arrow. There we have the Lightnings. The Turret Tower stayed up though.
Barely missed that Multi-Inferno. That's a little bit of a break that Nebrex and Tribe Gaming are hoping for. So we have this Warden and Queen charging together in this bottom compartment. Does have a recall to be able to pull this Queen back. The healers need to heal her up, and does just get that Invis spell off. The timing was perfect there. Another Invis to continue to try to protect this Queen. Can he grab the ground expo and then pull this Queen back? It would maybe.
The air defense. Oh! Okay, he's playing it safe. The air defense was locked onto one of those healers. Another healer going down, so taking a lot of healer damage, or even losing a couple of them early on. He now needs to make sure that the troops are walking in, trying to use the Royal Champion for that. The troop launcher is in there as well, as he's pushing out into the Town Hall. But that Inferno Tower in the core, it stayed up.
It stayed up, but not only that, it got repaired back to full health because of the Builder Hut that was right next to it. But he's continuing to push through. The Royal Champion taking damage from the Spring Trap. Balloons spawning from that troop launcher, but continuing into the core. But Itsu, he hasn't dealt with the defensive CC, so he will have to encounter that, which most likely will have Furnace, Ice Golem combination, which means his troop can get frozen on approach to the backside. Oh, he has to go with the freeze on the Minion Prince because of the lockdown on the RC. Gets her ability off. She goes invisible from the Spirit Fox. King did backtrack towards the Multi-Archer Tower. With the King ability, Ice Golem for the backside for something. Maybe that Ricochet Cannon, but there's a lot left here. Itsu roots are gone. Giga Bomb next to that Monolith. But now it's about the percentage game. We had 87% from P. Castro. Can he approach that mark? It doesn't look like it, as the top side, the King's gonna get pulled into the Queen, and he's gonna go down, and Tribe can have the lead after the first set of attacks.
The Spiky Ball going through, and this might be the defense which Tribe was hoping for, because this is going to finish around the 80% mark. We have this shot on the far left side, and even a blimp getting invested to really push that Royal Champion onto that bottom side, and then later on into the Town Hall.
He's crossing crossing his fingers, hoping the Royal Champion doesn't find that Tornado Trap, because that can really mess up a plan as an RC's trying to charge her way through. Maybe Invis bottom side to help get the RC into that multi. The Ice Golems are there. The RC's getting distracted on some Skellies, but she is going back into the core, and I think his plan is to try to get this RC to go to the Town Hall. It's risky with the Ice Golems being there. Ice Golems do not draw that Royal Champion. She should be clear, and Town Hall should be on approach after this Ground Expo.
Ooh, the Ground Expo is up next. He's taking a couple of shots from that Town Hall. Can he make it work? Okay. The Town Hall is under attack, and it should go down with the activation of the Haste Vial. Where is she heading next? We have her go for the top core, which means the next Inferno Tower is on the menu. Bitter Hut right after, and two more invisibility spells left to be deployed.
Look at the value that Nebrax is pulling off here. Getting the Town Hall, getting one multi, getting the other, and he's continuing through, and the Ricochet cannon can go down to the core as well. The Queen, though, is off to the right. The Headhunter perfectly timed to come for the King to keep that Queen going. She can grab the Fire Spitter, the air defense at the bottom side. Let these dragons work together at the top. The Minion Prince ability, maybe after he can lock onto the Poison Spell Tower, that could be a perfect line with the Minion Prince. No, he's waiting, really trying to wait as long as possible.
Not too much damage, and oh my, that Minion Prince ability was crazy good.
A brilliant Minion Prince ability to slow things down. There's the Tornado Trap from the Rocket Loose. Giant's getting into this bottom compartment. Does find quite a bit of traps. He goes down, but it's going to be up to the Minion Prince with 37 seconds. We do have a Phoenix, so he will come back to life. Queen is taking some damage, but she's also helping a handful of dragons with this Grand Warden. Itsu, it's looking good if he can continue through this bottom side.
Damage is getting pushed out there. He is sure that this is going to be a 3-star, even though the Black Vine catching the Minion Prince. But this is the first 3-star for Tribe, not just in this match, but as well in the first, both matches combined. The question now is, can we see a Royal Champion charge with as well as crazy value as we have seen earlier?
Nebrax was able to get so much value. Looks like the Royal Champion is actually going to the top side towards this Tesla. Has to make that invisible to reroute the RC back into the core. Ice Golems are there. Watch out. RC, do not get locked onto those Ice Golems and get pulled to the top. And she does. She locks onto one. He recalls that Royal Champion. No, it's okay. He's going to have to push through this Giga Bomb. The Town Hall is awaiting. Giga Bomb goes off, but the Warden ability has been activated to help protect these roots. Going to really try to heal them up with the healers, but the Monolith is going to be locking on soon. Can he power through with a Rage spell into the core? He's waiting on this overgrowth, maybe with the Crusher Mortar to the backside of this base. He's being very patient. King to the far left takes out the Bomb Tower, but there is finally the overgrowth taking on the Crusher Mortar, the Ricochet Cannon, and the multi at the back. But this core, like you mentioned, Itsu, it is nasty. He's still bringing the percentage up slowly. Every single building matters here. He's racking it up, getting close to a 90%. The King should be able to grab a few more, maybe to the outside. That Ricochet Cannon might be a little annoying. Okay, the Queen's behind the wall, so he won't get much after that. 89% 2-star there. This, I talked to him about this strategy, and he says that he's practiced this a lot, and it's all about getting...
Okay, he got him. Oh, good. I'm just going to the side. I was not sure if he really got the fireball in there. Keep going.
Okay, I was just saying that he was practicing this. It's all about that Warden. If you lose the Warden, the attack is over. But it's all about multitasking. Warden goes up top. Queen goes to the left. You want to pull that Queen back, and look at these Rocket Loons. A brilliant invis to snipe the Expo, and the Flame Flinger can now work through the bottom side of the space. And my friends, this attack could possibly be a 1-star because the Town Hall tends to be one of the last things to go down.
The question is, when is he going to recall that Queen, and how is the follow-up looking like? Because this is just multitasking on another level. The Queen slowing down because he's using that Frozen Arrow.
Oh, that Frozen Arrow is clutch. Pulls that Queen back with the recall and the healers.
The multitasking is just going crazy. He has the ward on the top left, King and Queen on the far right. At the bottom side, the Flame Flinger. We cannot even zoom that much out of the attack that we could even see everything because so much going on. And he still has the Royal Champion now jumping in as well from the bottom side to tank and take down this Expo so the Flame Flinger can even continue with the value.
This is what I'm talking about. You're leaving the Town Hall for the end. And luckily, the Royal Champion does lock onto the Town Hall. So it's at least going to secure the 2nd star. The Warden is still going. He needs to keep moving moving to the top side. Look at everything converging together. 2 freezes, 3 rocket loons. Maybe send the rocket loons to the left. Yes, one's going over there to Tesla. The flame flinger is actually still there. Hasn't opened yet. Maybe freeze the defensive mini points where the queen's coming. Perfect freeze right there.
What is this attack? Kronos is showing us how it's done.
Wow.
The Warden's still alive. The Queen saved with the freeze. The Royal Champion coming in as well to get that 3-star. This man is built different. Getting Tribe even further ahead.
Balloon right away, pulling a Seeking Airmine, pulling a second Seeking Airmine. This area could essentially be trapped here.
Question is, how many more traps are there? Do we see even more? And I mean, okay, this was more likely. Oh, wait a second. This was more like a Root Rider approach, where you try to take down the first couple of loons and such to really have those healers hitting those red bombs. Really great fireball right there to get that value. Now even taking down the further behind Expo to make sure that he can set up that flame flinger. It is quite late, but still it can get the value as long as it's isolated and it can work on its own.
From the base, every side of this base at the same time, so you can converge into the cores. The king is walking through the bottom with his ability, and he decides to use the Skelly spell to distract that monolith.
There goes the wall, because we have now the opening towards the Town Hall. This King and Queen Hero Dive can get access to the Town Hall, but the question is, do they have enough power? There we go, the Rage. We have as well now the healers right up to really keep those troops alive. The Freeze in there as well to make sure that they're getting those buildings out. But this backhand is still looking dangerous. It's still looking like really not easy to overpower.
He still has the Royal Champion, not even deployed yet, with an Invis and 3 Rocket Loons left. The Warden is now locking onto the enemy Royal Champ. Headhunter's in. There's the Invis. Take that out. Pops the RC ability. Rocket Loons as well.
Rocket Loons to really take down the less hope out of this base, because this is Repotted answer to Tribe Gaming. They are getting their first 3-star on the board as well, and this means that this match is far from being over. We have a couple of those Rocket Loons damaging those outside Wizard Towers. Now the Royal Champion exactly at the 50-second mark. This is important to get those timings in for those invisibility spells. And he's going right into this Poison Tower compartment.
And keep your eye on any traps, including that Tornado Trap. He is trying to get the value with this RC one by one, deploying those invises. She's going to the bottom side, uses another one. She can path into the core, and yes, indeed, she's going exactly there. Another invis, Earthquake. She's going to be able to grab the Town Hall. Another invis, and he's continuing. Yes, the Spirit Fox took some damage, but the Town Hall going down, plus everything else, is fantastic so far.
This is crazy. Really good control over the Royal Champion. And as well with that, avoided the Poison Tower, because that would have slowed him down quite a bit.
Enemy Queen is there targeting the Valk, so they're going for the wall, but the Headhunter jumps, going to be able to try to help take this Queen down. The Headhunter unfortunately does go down, so the Archers are trying to take the enemy Queen down over the wall. The Archers do secure her, so at least any distraction up there is gone. So his Queen and the Roots are continuing through this bottom side, one by one. The King also deployed to the bottom. Warden's going to hang on to his ability as long as possible, probably trying to use it when he approaches that Crusher Mortar to the middle of the space. There it is.
There we go. The internal ability is getting used. He has to get quick access towards that mortar to the Crusher, otherwise things might go down. He turned that Minion Prince invisible, and it's going to deal a lot of damage.
Yeah, it's doing a lot. The Crusher Mortar needs to go down with these Roots assisting. The Queen and King still have their abilities. The Queen can pop hers soon, so the Giant can get out in front. But look, the top side, there are some open compartments up there, so the King can walk his way in and out of there with no wall breakers left.
With the Queen ability, making sure that he can get through that compartment a little quicker. The Giant has gotten that wall open. The King, as I said, can leave and enter into the base. Giant bombs on the outside, but that Spiky Ball has to get him the 3-star. And there we go, going through. Queen is there, Queen close, Warden, and this is again the answer from Tribe Gaming.
It is pretty much out the window. This must 3-star here for Repotted Gaming. Yeti off to the right. The Hog Rider, nice touch to jump out in front to test for any Teslas to protect that Flame Flinger. He does even pull the poison and takes out that enemy Queen with the distraction of the Yeti. And we are seeing the Warden down to the bottom side. He's going to move slowly through it, but we are going to see a Yeti smash style attack. This Warden is reaching over, taking out this Ricochet Cannon. Clan Castle's in the core. No Earthquakes, as we have a jump. 5 freeze spells to use, as he does open up the compartment for the Town Hall. As he's setting up that funnel, Warden will be pulled now down to the Queen. Ice Golems deployed, Super Yetis are down. He set the funnel, pushing into the Town Hall, then he can jump and even pair in a King Earthquake boot after that, or maybe even before it, so he can jump to the backside of the base. With this push into the middle, there's the King's Earthquake boots trying to continue through, but he can't really reach that Crusher Mortar unless the Queen has to reach over the wall, but he's going to get stuck on the wall. Enemy World Champion takes out his Ice Golem, so freezes up. Headhunter joins his RC. The Flame Flinger is still there. They're converging into the top side. The defensive Minion Prince is hitting, but the Warden ability is still there. Just goes off perfectly to continue this push to the top side.
And as all of this is going on, the Flame Finger is still working. General X is feeling it. There's another freeze coming in. And with those defenses going down one by one, we see just only troops left in this attack because this giant is not going down anymore. And there is plenty of time left. General X has done it again. He has kept his team in this competition.
That 3-star was clutch. Can the closers of Repotted Gaming hold off and make the comeback? As the Warden is down, a couple red air bombs to start. Do not lose this Warden here, Temper.
With owning Expo on the Warden, he should be fine for now. But there's always the time pressure when you're using the Angry Jelly, because remember, it is going to lose the effect after a few seconds.
Once his Expo goes down, you can start with the roots at the bottom. A tassel does pop here. Does he try to grab that? He's going to get stuck on these buildings here. But there's the Queen. Should pull the Warden, and indeed, she does. Ice Golem is down.
Let's keep an eye on that Arch Queen. Where is she going after that hero hole? No, she's staying with the troops, and that was super crucial.
Nice blimp there, so that Town Hall does not hit the healers. Takes it down, also pulls out the Clan Council. Poisons it up in the core. Remember, 83% is the mark to tie. 84% is a war victory, and Tribe will be crowned the champions. He continues through with the King to the left. Snakes are jumping, finding quite a bit of traps, but there is a delayed Ice Hound pulling the poison and freezing this top section up.
But this Archer Queen, he is forcing her into the direction of the Root Riders with a really, really smart deployed invisibility spell. Now it's all about this back end. The Queen, though, turning around. There are many defenses. The Warden might go down.
Uh-oh, the Queen's going the wrong way. She's going to the bottom. Is this a chance for Repotted Gaming? There's the overgrowth onto the monolith. To stop hitting it because he wants this Rage Gem of the Warden. He's slowly moving through, but the Queen will have her ability, so she can actually stay to the edge, help grab percent over there. He's going to have to push through the top side into that Giga Bomb. Couple back and rocket loops for this multi to try to keep that Warden alive.
But the percentage points are just missing. He's just closing in on the 70% mark.
Is the door open for Repotted Gaming? Remember, 83 is the tie. If Philip triples, they could win on the final attack. The Queen's still going, racking up every single building. Remember, that is why every building matters. 75, Giants going through. Splash will kill these skellies. Multi-arch tower goes down. 77, just a few buildings down, but the real Queen's gone.
And the Queen clone is gone as well. 77 seconds. Rocket loons are swarming in.
Oh no.
79. He needed 84% to clutch this victory. But in the end, it will be maybe 80%. 80%. How does this work? Let's find out as he's setting up that giant arrow. The lightnings are in. Does he hit the giant arrow? And yes, the core is gone. The question is, can the base still defend? This opening was successful already so many times, but does it work again?
How are his hands just not shaking so much? He's focused, he's dialed in here as the Queen and Warden charging to the top side. Notice he does have that recall spell to pull the Queen and the Warden back from the top side. But time, that's the one thing. If it's a 99% 2, Tribe will be the winners. It's gotta be the 3 or nothing.
Oh, this means as well that the Arch Queen is not going to take care of those Yetis. The Skellies were defending. Another Spring Trap popping up. Can this Queen defend herself? We have the Eternal... No, wait, the Healing Tome activated. The King Spiky Ball activated early, and the Rage Tower staying there.
He's still going. The Rage Spell Tower has not been activated. The King is gone from the bottom. You usually want to keep that King alive to get at the value towards the backside. side. Royal Champion still has her ability with the Skelly, a freeze, but Itsu, there's only a minute left in the hit.
Time is ticking. The Royal Champ ability can be used at any point. There goes the Tornado Trap, rotating everything away from this Fire Spitter, which is now start firing. We have the Royal Champ going for the Town Hall. There's as well the Giga Bomb waiting as well.
He's moving. The Town Hall's going down, but there's a lot on the backside. Is there enough time? The Giga Bomb's going to be a problem. The RC ability goes off. Do Repotted have enough? Tribe staying calm. They know it's not over. 36 seconds left. The Queen is gone. It's just the Royal Champion Itsu.
A Royal Champion in a dream, and the Fire Spitter is the dream for Tribe Gaming for the first World Championship, because this is not going to work, and Philip is not going to get this 3-star. With the Royal Champion going down, this means Tribe Gaming is your World Champion.